Good afternoon, people of Daveyton. I'm your host by the name of Velapi Ramusi. Today, I'm sitting here with Coach, one of the greatest amongst many. Catch us live on DaveytonTV, Felix Game. That's where we at. We are doing it for ourselves. This is our Kasi football that we're going to be talking about. The do's and don'ts, the in and outs of our beautiful game. Good afternoon, Coach. How are you?
Kunjani ba?
Ngiyaphila.
Ngiyaphila nami. Let me take this opportunity to greet your viewers, everyone at Daveyton TV and your show. I'm glad to be here. I'm a little bit excited. I don't feel like I'm being interviewed. I feel like I'm here to talk and communicate and try to educate where I can educate, to guide where I can guide.
Yes.
So I'm happy to be here to your viewers. I'm Coach Siyama Luka. Let's talk. You'll hear more about me and learn more about me as we move.
I will better command as well. And Coach, now we are talking. This is not an interview, it's a dialogue.
Yes.
It's a dialogue, Speaking about that, Coach, please tell us exactly where you're from, actually, where you were born, and like how did you, because I believe that most of people before or should I say there's this norm that for you to be a coach you need to be a former soccer player, So like tell us a bit more about yourself. Who are you, where you from, and why just this coaching that you really love so much?
I always say to people, don't give a coach a space and time to talk, but it's okay, let me talk. I'm a Daveyton born and bred, 6174 Monkey Street, St. Clark, Abatanda, I went to Semapanzule. So I'm a Daveyton boy 2 and 2. I started this thing long time ago. Yes, there's this norm that we have to be footballers. Well, I've played it, but I've played it in a way that I could say God was directing me to that direction. Because as much as I've started in Daveyton, I had to move. This journey of coaching took me to Mpumalanga for some time, but it always had to take you back home. So I moved to Mpumalanga 2000 where I went for schooling, basically, to do my matric that side. But now when I was that side, I fell in love with sport in school. So that's where everything started. When you come from Joburg in Mpumalanga, you're not the same. You have been given this special thing about you. So when I went there in school, I was a senior there in terms of the boys that I was playing with. So when you are playing with young kids, at the same time you're like being their captain and their coach at the same time. So it's where everything started, where I saw that I also have a gift of motivating others and guiding them. So everything started there. But now everything changed in school, because we had a competition that was called Coca-Cola Football Stars. So when that competition was introduced, I went to an African school where soccer was not a big thing. So we wanted to play soccer in an African school where the amount of black kids was so little that we only had 15 players. So you can't have a full team there of 22 players. So what we did, I had to sacrifice myself not to play, to guide the youngsters. To my surprise, we won the local tournament.
Wow.
We went to play among all the schools in Mpumalanga now, provincially now. Guess what? We won this. As a coach now, young coach, was doing matric at that time. We won it. Then we went national now to play in Durban against what? 9 other provinces.
Wow.
guess what? We were number 2. We lost in the final.
Wow.
Coca-Cola football stadium. You know what happened there? I was named coach of the tournament.
Wow.
You know against who at the final? Harmony Academy.
Wow.
Ask me who was coaching there. Your answer, who's coaching Bafana Bafana today? Muli Finzek. I was playing against Muli Finzek. In that final, I lost 1-0.
Yeah.
At that time. So that's where everything started. But now it has to change after that. When I went back home from that tournament, there were boys that were called Mofu brothers at school. When you go now and check the history, who are Mofu brothers? Mofu brothers are the former owners of Mpumalanga Black Aces.
Yes.
When they bought the team to play, by then it was called Vodacom League. That is called ABC Municipal League. So now they bought a team, they named it Mpumalanga Black Aces. Guess who was their coach? The first time they had a coach, it was me.
Wow. Wow.
So let me stop there before I move. Because now I have to move and even when the team went and playing the NFT and playing the PSL, I was there. Until the day that team was sold.
Yeah. You know, Coach, you said mouthful of things, you know. According to me, I would simply say we need to call it a wrap, you know, because you just gave us the juicy stuff, you know, of the story, and that's what our people are looking for. That's what our people want, you know, in our Kasi football, you know, Phillies games. This is our football. This is our culture. Coach, specifically now, I want us to take that mentality and come back home, which is our township, which is this is where football is being made into our dusty streets.
Yes.
You know, speaking about that, there were so many people who started from the dusty streets. I can count them. You know, the list it's endless. Your likes of Tabiso Skaps Malati, your likes of, you know, Jampule, your likes of Prapolen, you know, they started from the dusty street. Please, Coach, please tell me how important it is, you know, for our young kids into our dusty streets, you know, how important it is for them to play football in these dusty streets. Because like now we are seeing things are moving, times are changing, you know, they are most of the field they are trying to put those artificial grasses, you know, they are killing that raw, which even the football can't move the magic, you know. We have our traveling wizard who, when they touch the ball into a dusty street, like the fans, they go wild, they go mad. How important it is to keep our dusty streets and keep those kids playing there.
Funny enough, I was telling someone, I think it was 2 weeks back, I said, if you have never played at Mabuya ground and you survive in that journey, for me, you are not one of the best.
Yeah.
Whether you will be playing in the PSL or whether you will be playing in the NFT, but if you haven't played at Mabuya ground, I'm not saying even if you are from Daveyton, I'm saying if even the likes of the late one, may his soul rest in peace, Skarangobes, he had to play there for us to see that he's really the black mage.
Yes.
So I'm trying to say to you, playing in the dusty street is still that important because it's not easy.
Yes.
It's not easy as people think it is easy. It's not easy. Skillfully, you may think I can do things that your Boros can do, your KG can do, your Aka can do, your Shake It Up can do. But given that chance to be there, it's not that easy. So it takes, or it tests your character to play in those type of midfielders. And not that great. The fans are here, are close to you. Anytime that they do to you, it's personal. Any goal that you score there, you see fans inside the field of play. That thing is it's too great. It might look easy, but the pressure that you succumb to, it's bigger than what the viewers at home may think. It's easy, anyone can play at Mabuya. So you come to Mabuya, you show us that you can play there. Even the scouts, will come and say, but wow,
Yeah.
he can hold that pressure, he can play.
Yes.
Even us as coaches, when we go there and watch a player perform at Mabuya ground, the grassroots is still important, because that's where I saw something that was different this past December.
Yes.
I saw a team there that was called Daveyton Arsenal.
Yeah.
I had to make my research about that team and everything that they do, because of the youngsters that could play. That could play. Yes, you have players that now maybe they're in development somewhere, or they are exposed. But those who are not exposed, we're talking about the player there that I've already scouted, that I'm already in talks with. He's a captain there.
Yeah.
Tall boy. A lot of people couldn't understand him, but as a coach, I could see that from the Dusty Street, the way he's playing, you'll swear that he's been coached very well.
Yes.
But of the skills and everything that he's doing. So I'm trying to tell you and show you, even the viewers at home, the importance of playing in such dusty streets.
You know, Coach, as you are telling me, everything about our Kasi football, there are so many things that are going through my mind, taking my mind back memory lane.
Yes.
Coach, I normally say, and I always say, whenever I get an opportunity, to speak about football, that at times we don't give much of a credit to those people who are playing a very vital role.
Yes.
Whom I can say they are behind the scenes.
Yes.
I normally say, and I always say that I know how hard it is as a local coach from the dusty street, regardless where you're from, but as a coach, how hard it is to run a team from your own pocket.
Yes.
Those guys, they lose a lot.
Yes.
Those guys, they sacrifice a lot.
Yes.
I still remember as if it was yesterday, because I grew up playing football.
Yes.
I talk about something which I did. What can you say about our local coaches who are still trying, to get into, the coaching level, the space, what is it that you can say to them just to revive them, that whatever you're doing, you're still in the right track. You're still in the right track.
Those are important people, my brother. Let me be honest with you. Those are people that we need to celebrate. Those are people we need to hold them close to our hearts. Why am I saying that? You just said something that is very important. They are losing their money. No one is sponsoring them. No one is giving them anything. The only thing that they do is for the love of the game. They sacrifice their time. They sacrifice the money of their kids to look for after our kids. So I'm saying those are people that, if we have someone who's watching here, who have the means to help such people, they must help them. I challenge our sport and recreation in Eburulin. I'm challenging our mayor, Honorable Mzwandile Masina, to say these are people that in our sport we need them closer.
Yeah.
So what I'm trying to say to you, those are people that we personally, I have a relationship with some. Can mention someone that when you say that just come into my head.
Yes.
We used to call him Udai, we used to call him Umtunga.
Yes.
That guy is close to my heart. He's very, very close to my heart, because that's my role model anyway. Because as much as it didn't have much in terms of finance or in terms of schooling, but most of us, we are who we are because we were close to him in terms of football. Because when I started football, I started with him in terms of smiling parts. We have the late Pinar that I had also passed through him in terms of this football. So you will need more than an hour or more than a day to talk about Daveyton, me, and football. But to waste a lot of time, I would say let's support our local coaches. Let's try to be closer to them, and also to encourage them to say, let not only be about the kids. They must try and equip themselves. Anyway, I'm a SAFA, D license, and C license qualified coach. I'm busy with the D1. If it was not for the pandemic, I think I will be finished with my B license. And now I just graduated last month with a diploma all the way from Spain. Because as much as you are given, or you have this dream, or you have this talent that you have, you still need to elevate yourself. So, to all the coaches, school is important. Let's not rely only on talent. We need to equip ourselves. We need knowledge is power, my brother. Knowledge is power. When we have the knowledge, we have the power to knock at any doors. Because now, when they say to any local coach, we want you, send us your CV. We won't tell them that I've been coaching at Mabuya for more than 10 years. No, they're saying send us your qualification for them to give you a job. I'm not trying to drag, but I'm saying let's go to school as coaches. Let's create a platform where we can also help those ones who need to get the licenses. So as much as I'll be leaving all my details when we're done, I'll love for us in Daveyton to also have such qualified coaches.
Yeah, coach, now we are speaking. I can hear you. It's getting deeper and deeper and deeper. And it's quite nice. It doesn't even feel like it's an interview. You know what they say? They say no matter how short your father is, but always look up to your father. Like coach has said multiple of things. Excuse it's not a problem. We need to get rid of excuses, and start follow the right journey, follow the right track, And also one other thing, coach, that always bothers me, when it comes to our so-called local football and our local players, I grew up, my mom always preached that, the surroundings that you are at, or should I say, people that you surround yourself with, they are very much instrumental in your life in terms of what do they give you, what do they offer. Right now, as you can see, like, I'm sorry if what I'm going to say, like, it's going to touch some of the people personally, but then this is the syndrome that we are suffering from, more especially with the reputation of us, Daveyton, regarding to our players and the attitude that they have, Like, I just wanted to touch that era, like how important it is for players, for anyone in our society, for anyone in our community to surround themselves with the right people. Because, like, we are losing good players because of attitude, because of surroundings that they surround themselves with. Like, we are losing a lot.
When I was preparing for this interview or our talk, I prayed. I said, God, please, they must ask me this question you just asked me. I prayed about this question because this is something that I know that is close and personal.
Yes.
Why am I saying that? I always say to players, what you see in the football field is a reflection of the society.
Yes.
How it is, it's because, why am I saying that? It's because if you see a player performing well,
yes,
it's because it's the reflection of how things are in the society.
yes,
When you see a father, a child outside that is not behaving well, where do you blame? At home.
at home, yes.
When they say charity begins at home, everything that is teachable is being taught at home.
Yes.
Again, take what I just said. The reflection of what you see in the field of play, what happens outside. What you see with our players in Daveyton is because of what is happening in our society.
Yes.
We may try to blame them,
Yeah.
but you're blaming from which side of the fence?
Yeah.
From your own comfort zone, or you deep in the situation to know why, how, when, why.
Yes.
Why am I saying that? You just said we're losing players. What are we doing about it? What have we done? Yes, we said Scapi, you mentioned Junior, you mentioned. There's a lot. Me, I can even mention players that you don't even know that existed. That I have their stories because I'm in the channel.
Yes.
I can talk to them. I can remind them because I'm in the jungle. But you can't because you don't know.
Yes.
You don't know who was his team manager there,
Yeah.
who was
You don't know
the
what happened.
coach, how he was treated, how he reacted to that treatment. To answer you simply, we need now to change the mentality of us, the community, into these boys.
Yeah.
We need to help them understand what is it to be a footballer or to be a public figure, because they don't understand.
Yeah.
In Daveyton, we want to give them money and make them famous, and then want them to act a certain way that they don't know who's their role model,
Yeah.
who they grew up looking up to. Were these people doing what they were supposed to do? What are they doing now, these people? I'm sorry to say this. I will also mention names.
Yeah.
You will say, what is Paul Ngani doing now? What is Joey Mapena doing now? When you find that Joey Mapena is a prison warder, then the player will say, it means this football thing doesn't exist. So you need a point of reference.
Yeah.
Hence, I'm saying now. I said to someone yesterday, in Daveyton we are producing a lot of good players. It means we have good coaches. He said, wow. I said, yes, because these players, they start with certain people.
Yeah.
For people to say in Daveyton we have good players. So my brother, let's guide them. Let's get involved. If now we are saying the best player that we saw now in this past December tournament, if we are saying it's Njabulo Aka, what are we doing? Are we buying a bus and say he's a good player for us to get ladies? Then we say Tina. We are there.
Yeah.
We are not there because we are having guided him right. But if we have seen him and you are believing he's a good player, why don't you call me for me to channel him to the right teams or to the right agents?
Yeah.
But you are saying you have seen a good player.
Yes.
That's how deep it is. It's still deep. I've just scratched the surface on it. It's deeper than that topic is very close to my heart. We can talk about that the whole thing, because I feel people, they are talking about something that they are not there. They are not there.
Yes.
It's deep because it's not easy. Being a footballer coming from a location is not easy, my brother. Ukula, you don't know money. Champule at some point was asked this, but you have never hold 1,000 rand in your life, but now you are holding 100,000. What can you do about it?
Wow.
It's a question that me and you, we need to answer one day, and we'll understand.
Yeah, coach, this is a very deep and a very personal, because it's true what you're saying, that most of us, people who are on the other side of the fence, we speak things that we don't know, and we confirm, then we decide, we criticize, we say all sort of things, But then looking at me, my upbringing, looking at those people who are coming from township, they are making through into football clubs that are top, that are playing there. I remember as a kid, seeing Martin Zwane live, for me, like,
it was a big thing.
Yeah, it moves something, and knowing that he's coming from Emandela, Gamkuyo, Bulestrati Samkuyo, and like it was like, wow, looking at the likes of Jampule coming from your same area where you grew up, like seeing them there, like,
yeah,
it's really, really, really touching, and we have to do something as a community. We have to do something as a society, because us, criticizing, us saying
it won't help.
It won't help.
I think, my brother, to come inside and say, let's get involved.
Yes.
How do we get involved? I remember when we started talking, I said to you, we need to be supporting those guys that took and go to those fields with a lot of kids. What are we doing as parents? Are we just saying, how much you mean?
Yeah.
What are we doing? Are you buying goods? Are you giving money to say, hey, because
Yeah.
nayi 10 rand nyana uzathenga ini or
Yes.
uphi coach, do you know ukuthi umntana kuhamba nobani?
Yes.
Are you at work? Maybe let's say they wanna do some active getting involved. Are you referring to say, hey, elokishini kuneklaphu so that we can help as a company, as it? We are not doing that, but we are easily so quick to criticize and say, "Abujabu pulebali imali na mantombazana."
Yeah.
What did you do before that?
You know, Coach. Now
5 minutes left.
Now I want us to speak. To touch into the main channel. That always combine us together. From Emapupini, Ema12, Barcelona, Twatwa West, Twatwa East. I want us specifically to speak about Imabuya. The importance of that place, the role that it plays in our community. Because me personally, when I look at Imabuya, I look at Imabuya as a place whereby it doesn't only help in terms of sport, it also help into our people, our street vendors who come in there, to sell whatever sort of things that they want to sell. For me, it's something more like, it's one thing that improves the economy, of our local township.
Yeah.
And I so wish that I could see big sponsors, who can come in and join hands with us, and grow this dream that we have, we as the community, like you as a coach, the ins and outs, the rich history behind the field, and I've always said that, whenever I've touched an issue with you, I also challenge our authors in our own space to write, even it can be a small portion, about our rich history, our rich pitch that we have at Mabuya, like for you looking at Mabuya, like what do you see, what it is to you? Because when we go there, we don't see similar things. Hence that is why always on my commentary, I always touch various of things, because not everybody is there is into sport. Some they're into finance, some they're into economics, some they're into geography, weather, but because the love and the atmosphere and the attitude, the universe always allows us to be together. For you, what is Mabuya?
My brother, Mabuya to me it's everything. It's very close to my heart, because like I said, I always feel that if you haven't played there, because I will always reflect and go back into playing. For me, it's yes, the community, to get them closer. It's a festival where everyone now, even people who don't even watch football on TV, you will find them saying Semabuya and ball. So what I'm trying to say is it's bigger than just football, because it's where people interact, it's where people do business there, people change ideas there. So it's important to unite us as I want to say too. But me as a coach, it's big, my friend. It's closer to me. 2002, something made me to even love the sport more when someone died in that field. It became something that was very close to me. Someone was criticizing what we did as Stratoscar made them to say, why did we insult the opposition with what we did when we decided to fall. But to us it was something else, because it was not just Uwa. To us it was a sign of saying we salute those who died. And it was bigger than what a normal
saw.
Yes, so that stunt, if they call it a stunt, to us was not a stunt. To us was to say our fallen heroes. Because there, my brother Sia lost his life there. So we had to remind him. But without anyone understanding what we do, but people who've been in that field like me. When you say to me what that field means to me, it means we need to produce the more seers, so that wherever they are, they can look down and say Mabuya is not just Mabuya.
Wow, now I get it. Where does this celebration comes from? Because I always wondered, these guys, do they really understand how hard it is to wash a jersey, to soak a jersey, but all of a sudden they'll just decide to fall. But then it helps to speak with people because now I do get it, now I do get it. And coach, man, I feel that, our time is very, very minimized, but then there's so much to talk about. And now, speaking about that, there's one thing that crossed my mind, and speaking about, we have big clubs in our, DS Premier League.
Yes.
Your likes of Kaizer Chiefs, Sundowns, and
Yes.
so on and so on and so forth. Like even in our local
Yes.
football, in our local township, which is Daveyton, we do have, those kind of clubs which they can be a brand.
Yes.
Now, when I'm saying this, I'm challenging those who are doing, business in terms of clothing. That, according to you, what it is that we can do, because we need to be a very broad community in terms of thinking. We
Yes.
shouldn't just take football as football. We need to see opportunities
Inside football.
inside football.
Yes.
When the question that I'm going to ask you, it crossed my mind, even last night, that we've got Statues Camedem, we've got Majanja, we've got Matenten, we've got the likes of Black Poison. For me, those are not just clubs, those are brands.
Yes.
What it is that we as a community can do, those who are doing the labeling cloth, the labeling brand, that they can do, just to have those tracksuits, to have those t-shirts, to have, so that we can be able to embrace what we have even in our clothing.
No, it's easy, my brother. Get with the program.
Yeah.
Find yourself in that space. I say to people, if you want to farm, you cannot farm in an office.
Yes.
You farm in the front.
In the front.
Go to the front, then you farm. So to everyone that wants to be in the space, get into that space.
Now you see in Daveyton, we are giving opportunities to the people. They say, hey, Daveyton, hey, Gazelin Janjan. Like there's so much we can do. And coach, we don't have much time left, but then before I let you go, I just want to let you, in terms of your before cameras, like you've told me a bit of a story about your achievements. I just want us to touch there, just one or two things. I feel that people of Daveyton, they need to understand what we have. They need to feel what we have, because it's possible.
Yeah.
Nothing happens unless first we dream.
Yeah.
Everything starts with a dream. Whatever you dream, it can be possible. Just touch base into that, because I've heard you, speaking about you, got your diploma right in Spain, and yeah, it's a big thing, man. When one speak about Spain, mention Spain, we know what Spain is capable of.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, a dreamer from Daveyton, a student of the game from Daveyton, a top coach from Daveyton, a dreamer of note. My brother, you need to dream, and if you have dream, then you'll have that thing that will say to you, I need to make my dream to come true. Start by dreaming. If you don't dream, nothing will push you for you to achieve your dream. So after dreaming to say to myself, I want to be one of the best.
Yeah.
So when you want to be the best, what do? You channel yourself, you go to the channel that I'm talking about. The channel is what for me? To study this game. Now we're on lockdown. I ask a lot of coaches, what are you doing? Just last week, I was on a Zoom presentation with another top analyst, Michael Lofton. That was last season, Orlando Pirates video analyst. Now he's busy with code Zoom. I'll also be getting a certificate there for some busy with classes. So what I'm trying to say is, you don't have an excuse to say, but now, Ramaphosa value. What I do. If you're a student of the game as a coach, you don't need a field. Study the game. What are you Googling on your phone? Are you on Facebook? Are you Googling music artists as a coach? No. You're studying this game, beautiful game. I'm always working with my coaching board wherever I go. Why? Because when I say car moving, I say movement. of a play. I see tactics.
Yes.
I see things that people don't see because I'm a coach. So it's that about me. Like you said, we have Iskatis now. I have stories for days.
Yes.
I'll surprise you and tell you that I've coached Pesita with under 18, but it's a story for another day.
Yeah, speaking about Pesita, like, hey, I've seen him yesterday playing very, very great football.
No, that's
one of our very own South African that we are proud of. Coach, before I let you go, let me just say to you at home who are watching right here in DaveytonTV, Felix Games, Felix Sports. This is our own thing. This is our own channel right in DaveytonTV. Before I let you go, let me just give you words of wisdom that when King Solomon asked for a wisdom, God gave him wealth. When Abraham asked for a son, God gave him generation. Why I'm saying this in this new year? I'm simply saying, believe in God that He can give you what you more than asked. Only if you believe. Coach, it was good to have you. Unfortunately, time.
Thank you.
And re a lebogela gore o be le rona mo DaveytonTV. And before ko tlogela o tsamaye ke batla mo hae batho ba re boetseng o ba fe dibatlisiso tsa hao, your Twitter handle, your Facebook, your WhatsApp if you have one, where people they can get you, where people, if they feel that this interview was not good enough, maybe they can ask themselves, certain questions.
Yes.
Maybe they think people that we are lying, it's sketch,
Okay, before I give you that, you stole something that is written on my Twitter. On my Twitter you have your little bio.
Yes.
On my bio there I have something that says, I pray for wisdom more than I pray for money. Yes. I want people at home to stick with this. When I pray, I don't pray for money. I pray for wisdom. I'm one of the wisest young coaches at Daveyton, and money is following me. Yes, everyone wants money. Pray for wisdom so that when God bless you with money, you have the wisdom of how to use that money. Yes. So my motivation ends there. So viewers at home, my Twitter handle is sia.maluka. Meaning dot wagu Twitter it's underscore.
Yes, underscore.
And underscore Maluka and underscore Lady Foot. So Facebook is just Sias dot Maluka. Maluka one with the O.
With the O.
Not with the U. Then I have my email. Usias Amish. Then ube no dot. Then ube no Malukas. Meaning Maluka one now some fago S. So it is sias.malukas@gmail.com. Then the number, here WhatsApp. Well, I told my brother here, I'm not a late person.
Yes.
When you want to interact with me, let's talk in the morning. Send me a WhatsApp in the morning, we can talk. I don't mind.
Yeah.
063 4366851. That's my number. That's my WhatsApp number. And don't try to call me on it, you won't find me. It's only my WhatsApp number. To all the coaches that will want to interact with me, will want my help, will want my contact, let's use that. I'm availing myself. I'm not saying I'm the best, yes, but I'm saying God's grace have elevated me to be where I am. Yeah. So I'm grateful for this opportunity that DaveytonTV has given me, this platform. I'll tell you, we have talked about 10% of my life and what I'm doing. Yes. If we had to, you have to give me 5 other slots for me to finish the 90%. But I'm grateful for this opportunity that you've took, and I'm humbled to say, let's recognize him, let's hear more about him. Yeah. Because I wrote on my Facebook that I still feel that I've robbed Daveyton for a lot of things. Yes, I have players that I've took them all over South Africa, and I'm still taking them. But my people don't know a lot about me.
Yeah.
So I'm there, I'm revealing everything now to say I'm in the coaching space. I've been there all my life. It's just that I've been doing it like a producer of a song, not like a singer of a song.
Like an actual artist.
Yeah, so the singers has been my players. My players are the ones that knows what I've been doing. But the people because I'm, like I said, I'm from the generation that didn't like the spotlight.
Yeah.
When I say my mentor in this, or my inspiration in this coaching was not recognized. I so wish that God can keep him so that I can recognize him one day.
Thank you very much, Coach. Thank you for your time. May God bless you. I wish one day you can have a copy, a book.
Yeah, anyway, I will be writing a book
soon. A book of your own, whereby we will tell him that story, reading the book, giving to the next generation.
No way.
Thank you very much. That was me, Velapi Ramusi, also known by Umhlekazi, all the way from DaveytonTV. Our Felix games that we held in December were very, very, very superb. And I have to take this opportunity and thank you at home for your time. Thank you. God bless. Catch us on our subscribe, DaveytonTV. Also on Twitter, in Facebook, it's also DaveytonTV. Please do not get tired to support us wherever we go. We really need your support. We are counting on you because you are our people. We are your people. We truly love you. We truly appreciate